The agreements that we just signed talked about 1958 and what was decided then, which was to create Africa Whole. A lot has happened in 60 years in our countries, on our continent. We have many more countries that are independent. And we also have many more people that come to our meetings. So a lot of what we are trying to do is bring Africa Whole into a century where I think it would really be what it is called, Africa Whole, a hall for many more people, a hall that is able to receive, I think, in the right way and in the right manner, the citizens of Africa as they are well deserved. Ethiopia has done a fantastic job of hosting us over the last 60 years. That's why we are still here. That's why we are trying to improve our facilities to get even more of us to come. So I think first we are sitting in a hall that has a lot of history. We are sitting in a country that has a lot of history for the continent. You have just made even more history by giving us a very, very young prime minister. I think that the discussion around Africa's leaders and Africa's populations is beginning to close quite rapidly with that.
Yeah.
So really, this is not just about signing a piece of paper. It's a continuation of a history that the United Nations family has with the government of Ethiopia, that the continent of Africa has with Ethiopia. And I just want to stop a little bit and say that we would also like to thank all the ambassadors in Addis, beyond just the African ambassadors, that sit on the committee that sort of oversees the construction of Africa Whole. Africa Whole's construction is one of the biggest budgets for infrastructure that we have in the whole of the United Nations. So this is how important this project is, not just to us on the continent, but I think to the United Nations, as a sign that this is an important enterprise that we are putting together. We do have to do the work. We have to do it efficiently. Construction normally has a way of falling behind schedule. I think we know this very well. We have some of the best architects and designers that we have pulled together, some of the best technical team is really, has put it all into it. They spend a lot of time doing this. Today, I think for them is a historic and landmark day as well. We can actually finally start. Carlos will not tell me about the parking anymore. I think we're moving forward with this. So I think the commitment that we want to give you, but we will need your help on that, is that we will try also to keep the commitments with New York to make sure that we keep the program on schedule. As you have seen, we need to renovate a lot more than just the Africa Whole. And I think for us to be able to get budget to do a lot more, we will have to deliver this one on time. So I think together, if I may speak for both of us, we are committed as leaders to make sure that there are no slippages, and that if there is any issues, we can work on them quite quickly to bring this back to the prestigious level that it was when people first walked into it, and hopefully that our leaders will come back.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege for me to be here, not only representing my ministry but my government, in being here at a very important milestone where we are celebrating the more than 60 years service that this hall has given to the continent. I totally agree with what Dr. Songwe said, that in terms of decolonization, this hall has achieved 100%, I could say. And we need to pride ourselves in that. And I would also like to take this opportunity to give a special tribute to our former leader, Emperor Haile Selassie, for being conscious at the outset of the importance of coming together as a continent. We are very grateful for the attention and focus given by the United Nations to be a partner in making this site a heritage. We can see that the triangular links that will be created, that when I met Dr. Songi the first time, that she mentioned to me that Geneva, New York, and Addis can be linked up through this process to be a heritage for humanity, and to getting more across in visiting and learning about what we have done in the past. And I believe what we have done in the past always creates, an inertia to go further for the youth. So we will be there to support, I can promise you. I totally agree with the Executive Secretary that constructions tend to be delayed, but let's make history and expedite it and make it possible.